figure this out. You guys. Okay. Are we live?
Yes.
I love the tentative yes. It's kind of like we're either live or we're not live. We're live. We're live. Hi, you guys. Happy Friday. It's amazing that it's Friday. We deserve that it's Friday, and we deserve to feel like it's Friday. I want to start off and say just welcome, welcome, welcome. We are about to do a shaking meditation and have a little mini dance party here at yogagirl.com. If you're anywhere else, like if you're on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook and you want to head over to yogagirl.com to take this full shaking meditation and dance it out with us, start heading over there right now. I'm going to do a couple of logistical things before we get into stuff. So we are going to pick a card before we start. We're going to have a moment to ground. I'm going to show you guys how we move through the movements of the shake so that you feel really good and clear about what we're going to do. There's not a lot of instruction. And then the cool thing about today, I'm super excited about today, is that for the first time ever in the history of our lives on yogagirl.com, we have music. I wish I could turn the camera to my husband, who's sitting like this, terrified of everything that might go wrong today. So we are testing something out. There's been a lot of trial and error, but we are going to have music streaming from the platform directly to you today. So what that means is you're not going to need a secondary device for music. You're not going to need to time 3, 2, 1 your music on the Spotify playlist. You're not going to need to think about anything at all, which I am really excited about. The dream world would be us being able to stream music through this class happening live right now, that I can control the volume, you guys can hear me super clearly, and you can also rock it out and really listen to the music super powerfully. We are in the process of figuring that out today. So if there's any tweaking that needs to happen, if something isn't 100%, if there's anything going on with the music or with the sound, please know that we're doing our best and we are kind of learning as we go. But basically what this is for us is a huge test. If you go, this was the best ever, like having the music streamed through the class is epic. It elevated my experience. I loved it. If you say yes to that, that means that my husband will spend the next 2 weeks buying shit from B&H and figuring that out, basically. You might say, hey, I didn't like it. Actually, I prefer to have the music on a secondary device. I thought the music interfered with the practice. Then he's sitting like this. He's hoping you guys are not going to like the music because it's a lot of work. But you might say, hey, it wasn't a big deal. I don't care for it too much. And then next week, we'll just resume to regular Spotify secondary device type of thing. Okay? Are we... Are you ready? Do you need something? Do you need a hug?
I need a coffee.
He needs you don't need a coffee. You need like a glass of wine or something. Okay, it's 2 p.m. over here. It's Friday, so we have made it through the work week, if you have a work week. And the reason we put these shaking meditations a little bit later in the day, we usually don't do them in the morning, is because it's very settling and nurturing and calming and grounding and great way for you to settle your nervous system. So they are best practiced in the afternoon, late afternoon, or evening. Cannot even be really good to do right before bed. Actually, anytime you feel the need to shake something off, a shaking meditation is great. And if you've never shaked, shooked, if you never shook before, if you've never done or practiced a shaking meditation before, I'm going to explain right before we begin. I'm going to explain how it works. So shaking, as we all know, it's an absolutely primal thing. All mammals in this world shake. We shake involuntary, usually when we're in that kind of fight or flight response. We also sometimes shake in moments of extreme heat or extreme cold. And it's said, there's kind of a theory that goes that human beings, when we started becoming very intellectual and we started being very mind-driven as we moved through our lives, we lost those kinds of primal reactions and responses. They were kind of lost. Similarly to how I think, or I like to believe, that there was a point in evolution where human beings, just like children, just expressed emotion. Like, I like to believe that there was a time before we started thinking about how we are perceived from the outside world, before society told us what is and what is not okay, where as human beings we just cried. right? We got angry, we yelled. We cried, we got sad, we cried. We felt joyful, we laughed, we smiled. I like to believe that these are, the bodily functions. It's part of being a human being to feel human emotions. But there's something about the society, the structure that we live in, kind of what we're told since we're little, that has suppressed these supernatural reactions. And I think shaking is the same thing. It's like it was natural and normal for us to shake, but we've kind of suppressed it. So what we're looking to do in a practice like this is voluntarily shake. We bring the body into a vibration of shaking. And there's a moment in the meditation where we don't have to think about shaking anymore, and shaking just happens. And shaking just happens because the body already knows how to shake. The body wants to shake. Anything you have stuck right now, I was live for a second this morning talking about this. Anything you have stuck right now, physically, mentally, or emotionally that you want to release, I would love for you to set the intention to specifically release that which is not serving you anymore. So it could be that you're in physical pain right now, you're feeling stagnation, tightness somewhere, you want to shake that out. Do it. Set the intention to really let your body be free. If you're stuck in a mind pattern, in a narrative that isn't serving you, in a problem, in something that's really kind of bothering you right now, mind-wise, set the intention to let go of that, to shake that out. Like rattle the cage and just shake everything out. And the biggest one for me is to release anything that is emotionally stuck. And I think this is a big one for most of us, where this can actually be a super safe space for you to cry it out if you need to, if you want to. Maybe you're not even aware, in your mind that you need a good cry, but it's like the body has been waiting for the space to actually put it down, to actually open up, to be soft, to be vulnerable, and to let things go. If you shake and you find yourself getting angry, sometimes resentment, boundaries that we've had crossed, things we couldn't speak out loud, like we have kind of stuffed all that deep inside, you might find halfway through the shake, like you kind of start to make fists or something starts to happen with your body. Trust that. Trust that. So this is a totally safe space. Anything that wants to come out, let it out. So if there's a moment where you feel like you want to just roar and scream or get primal and yell or grunt or moan or literally anything that comes out, let it. Trust in that instinct, trust in that intuition, and just let yourself be free. This is not a space to be proper. It's not a space to be fine when we're not fine. It's not a space to keep it together and be all cute, right? Let's get down and dirty. This might not be attractive, but it's fucking good. So let's go. We're going to pick a card. Are you excited? Do you want to pick our card today?
I don't know.
Maybe I'll pick a card just for Dennis. See how this is going to turn out. For all of us here, I have my giant deck. I pulled a card this morning, which was interesting. I pulled romance. That's good for us. That's good for me and my relationship today. But which a lot of us interpret it as being intimate with ourselves. Like we're getting to know ourselves in a new way, which is beautiful. So whatever card I pick, perhaps that's something that will resonate, maybe something we bring into this practice, maybe it becomes your intention for the practice or for the weekend. Maybe you already know why you're here, right? So take a moment. Yeah, here now, just close the eyes. Let's take a huge breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale it out. And while I shuffle our deck, let's take a couple of moments just to sense this anticipation of the practice. We're in this moment right now where we know we're about to shake it out. We know we're about to embark on this journey that's going to give us an opportunity to release something. So checking in what you are experiencing here now, right? The anticipation of this release. Sometimes when we're on our way to that safe space, we already get emotional. You might feel a little insecure, like what have I gotten myself into? Why am I doing this? This is going to be weird. Just getting really clear with what's moving through you here now and holding space for whatever is true. And trusting that you're sitting here right now, listening to these words, present in this community for a reason, right? Let's take a deep, huge breath in. Open the mouth. Blink the eyes open. I had this feeling like this was the card. You know, I'll shuffle the deck and then suddenly I get the feeling like, stop. So let's see. Oh, this is the card that I get that reminds me of my child. Last time I pulled a card here, I got the daughter card. This is kind of funny. We got the flower power card today, which is hilarious. We got the romance card this morning and flower power today. What the hell does this mean? Are we in a space right now where like everything's a little confusing? Okay, I'm gonna read what the book says, and if one sentence stands out to you, make it your own. I've received this card before. I always resonate with this card, even though the meaning is a little weird to me because the kid in the picture looks like my kid a lot. Okay. Flower power. Spend time with flowers or flower essences to increase your personal healing power. Maybe this is your card. Do you want it? This is like the most woo-woo card of all time. This card signifies that you'll benefit from the balancing and healing properties of flowers. Spend time in a garden. That speaks to me. Spend time in a garden or even at a florist's shop and surround your home with fresh flowers. As you breathe in the fragrances, feel the magical healing ability bathing every cell of your body. The fairies also suggest that you buy a bottle or two of pure flower essences, which are available at most health food stores. Use rose oil to open your heart to love, or sprinkle lavender oil on your pillows and sheets to calm your nerves. So anyone who's into essential oils, which I was talking about that yesterday, this could be like a little nudge to move in the essential oil direction too. What? Okay. Additional meanings for this card. Use flower essences or essential oils in your healing work. Study aromatherapy. Make sachets or dried lavender eye pillows. That's what Jess and Lea Luna is doing right now. That's crazy. They are in the other room making lavender-filled eye pillows. We are such hippies. That's real. Plant a flower garden or send the loved one some flowers. Okay, that's very sweet. This is not making a lot of sense to me. Maybe it's speaking super loudly to you. It's okay. This is the card we got. So if you're anywhere else right now, we are going to head over to yogagirl.com, which is where this practice is going to be. So join us over there. I'm going to say goodbye to Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. And love you guys. Peace out. And flower power.